If you can survive this, you will see success in fitness. Everybody wants to start their fitness journey on January 1st. New year, new me, right? Whether you are a typical person or not, this is what most people are thinking. If you can hang in there and actually perform what you've been doing, or at least close to it, through the months of October 1st to basically January 1st, those final 3 months of the year, that final quarter, that final stretch of the year, you will already be beating 80% of people. Based off of my experience, about 80% of people either fall off completely or fall off mostly and completely backtrack on their progress. And if you do stay on top of your stuff, you'll probably start to notice that you see the same faces at the gym over and over and over again. You probably already have some sort of experience with this, but now you're going to start to see fewer faces and the same ones more often because there's not as many people going to the gym. Typically. Now, it is November 5th at the time of this recording, so we are less than 2 months away from the new year, meaning many people have already completely fallen off or plan to fall off within the next couple of weeks, especially once that week of Thanksgiving hits. So most people have either completely stopped working out, stopped even trying with their diet because it's the holidays and it's the excuse to just go all in on everything, or they're not even trying to get a decent night of sleep anymore. Like, oh, it's the holidays, I'll get back eventually. And then all of a sudden, they're backtracking the past 3, 4, 5, 6 months of progress just for these final 3 months of the year. Okay, well, you made all that progress and now you're going to completely go backwards. It's one thing to go slightly backwards, enjoy your time, have some fun. It's another to completely digress on everything you just did in the past 6 months, because you are either one, uneducated on how to go about it during the holidays, or two, you're just like, hey, I'll be fine. And then you get all disappointed because you're like, oh, well, I don't know why I'm still fat, or I don't know why I'm still overweight, and I don't know why I'm not benching this and doing that and look the way that I want to look. Budgets will get tight. Family will be in town. You might actually be the one traveling, quite honestly. And basically, time will be short. Everybody is going to be making some sort of excuse on why they can't have fitness incorporated at all into their lifestyle or into these final 3 months of the year during the holidays. And then most people quit way back in January and February at the start of the year. So they also use these holidays as an excuse to not even start their fitness journey. Once it's the new year, I'll get right back on track. Will you? Will you though? Because you've said that the past 5 years. When I was an in-person trainer, I would see these same people every January. Every January. I'm like, hey, how many years are you going to let this happen again? And you'd be shocked. They give the same answers every time. It's like Groundhog's Day. They're living in an infinite loop, and they don't realize the reality that, hey, if you don't get uncomfortable and make that commitment now to yourself, you're probably not going to later in the year. And that's just the reality of the situation. Even with people that I've met online, same exact situation. It's human psychology. And now one clear point I would like to make, fitness doesn't have to be everyone's number one priority. The first half of this video, yeah, it probably sounded like that. It probably shouldn't be your number one priority during the holidays. Now you might be like, okay, Elijah, well, you literally just contradicted everything you just said. Hear me out for a sec. Just because you have a bunch of family in town, but just getting tight, time is getting a little tighter, doesn't mean you can't do absolutely anything for your health. But at the same time, you shouldn't be complaining about not seeing the results you want to see because you're not even incorporating any sort of fitness, any sort of healthy lifestyle into your current life. Essentially, you don't have the right to complain about being stuck again or how you gained these 10 pounds back, because you either failed to plan or you literally just don't care anymore because it's the holidays. My friends, if you can survive the final 3 months of the year, of any given year with your fitness journey, you will be unstoppable come January 1st. Come the 1st, you're going to have that extra bit of motivation. Everyone wants to do the new year, new me sort of thing. You can still do that. But now you will already have a head start compared to everybody else that completely fell off or just hadn't even started to begin with. So you already have a base foundation built, and then you can build on top of that as you continue to go on and progress forward into that new year. New goals, higher level goals. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not just going to rant to you guys without actually giving you some advice or some actionable steps that you can apply literally as of today. These are some of the tips I basically use for my clients and that I have used for multiple years. And even during this time, I have these same conversations every single week with almost every single one of the clients during October 1st to January 1st. So, first thing, if you are going to be partying, you have birthdays, you're traveling, people are traveling to you, whatever it might be, you can very much so plan for these events coming up. Meaning, if you have a set date, if you have that same, okay, Halloween, I'm going to be partying. Thanksgiving, I'm going to be eating a huge feast. 2 weeks in between there, I'm going to be this and that. Okay. Those months leading up to that event, those days leading up to that event, lock in a little bit harder with your diet. Whatever you are currently doing, double down on it. If you walk for 10 minutes after your workouts, go ahead, try walking for 20 minutes for the next week or so leading up to that day or that event. If you are working out 3 times a week, okay, maybe try going a 4th time a week leading up to it. Maybe your quality of food isn't 100%. Maybe you're at 80% super quality food. Hey, push it to 90, see what happens. So then by the time that party or that event or that holiday comes around, you are already set in a position to where you prepped leading up to this. You actually probably got a little bit better results as the time got closer. And now because you're going to indulge, you're going to enjoy yourself, you're probably going to be drinking, you're probably going to be having sugar and dessert and all this good stuff. Now you don't have to stress so much about it because 1 or 2 meals won't offset an entire week's worth of work and planning. It just won't. Now that being said, let's say I was locked in 5 days leading up to this event. I actually lost 5 pounds. And then on that night, I was drinking a lot. I was eating a lot. I was doing all this and that. And then the next day, I actually woke up 6 pounds heavier. Okay, well, guess what? That's only 1 pound above where you were 5 days before. And you probably feel like crap. You might be hungover. You might feel like a slug or lazy or whatever. That's completely normal. But you enjoyed that night and you weren't stressing about your fitness while you were out at your social events. You see how this is applicable? Fitness doesn't have to be your number one all the time, but you see how you're able to enjoy yourself and then also stay locked in with your goals. Now, let's say you don't lock in hard enough leading up to it and you go way too overboard that night. And now maybe you're up 3-4 pounds, you feel bloated, you could see it in your face. The following days after the event usually only takes 1 to 3 days to get back to baseline of where you were before you started prepping for the event and then before the event hit. If I'm 3 pounds up and I really need to get that weight back down, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat a little extra healthy. If I was eating 60% healthy, hey, I'm going to eat 75% healthy. I'm going to get a little bit extra cardio in. I might get an extra workout in during that time. All of these things to get you back to baseline. So you got to be a little extra disciplined leading up and after the event. And then once you hit back to your baseline, continue with how you were doing previously. Now, of course, if you're at a plateau or something, you might have to take a couple different extra steps to get there. But this should work for darn near universally every. This shouldn't be a problem unless you're like prepping for a competition, like a bodybuilding show or something. Way different. You need to, that's a little bit deeper. For the general population, this should apply to almost all of you, including myself. I've been doing this for over a decade, and that should still work for me. Another way I like to do this is if you know the day of you have this event, sometimes, like if it's at 5 p.m., I might get up in the morning, I might have a protein shake, I might have a banana, maybe a little bit, maybe like an egg or two, a little bit of protein, get something in there to fill me up so I'm satiated throughout the day. And then by the time that party comes around, I'm not eating anything up to the day. I'm just drinking a lot of water. I might go through my workout like normal. Maybe I keep my workout a bit lighter. I'm doing stuff leading up to that event. So by the time it comes, my body is already prepped the day of. And I don't have to worry about it as much or as hard. And if you're struggling to either work out and you can't hit your typical workout split or you can't add an extra day in there, focus on switching up how you work out a little bit. Realize if you're trying to squat 500 pounds, yeah, you maybe HIIT training isn't going to do anything for you. But if that is a way to keep you moving and your priority is the goal of losing weight or just recomping your body in general, then yeah, maybe do some HIIT workouts, some circuit training, something that takes less than 30 minutes. Some of these workouts can take 15 minutes. You can still get a pretty solid pump in, a solid workout in, assuming you are moving, you're keeping your heart rate up, your rest time's low, that sort of thing. And then that way, instead of going to the gym for 90 minutes, just pumping weights all the time, you can go to the gym, maybe you start supersetting stuff. Maybe you start drop setting stuff. Hit the same routine, but now you realize, hey, my rest time's gonna have to be shorter. These are all strategies that you can use, and even home workouts are one that I'll recommend to some of my clients as well, depending on if they have some stuff at home or if they just do body weight or have the ability to do those body weight workouts. And I typically tell my clients the same thing too. I don't really care, for lack of better words, if you go off the rails at a party or anything like that, because there's always a way we can lock back in. I just want to make sure that they are communicating with me on that and letting me know I went freaking crazy, I got blackout drunk, I ate a bunch of this, I'm 6 pounds up. Cool. For lack of better words, I don't care in the sense of like, dude, what the heck is wrong with you? It's more so like, okay, cool. You had your fun. Did you have a good time? Yes. Okay. You ready to lock back in? Yes. Cool. Let's go on about it. No one is going to be 100% of the time their entire life. That's just not how we work or function, and that's not realistic whatsoever. If you're ready to lock back in, are we still trying to get back down? Yes. Okay. So now we're going to lock back in. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. And we're gonna shorten the workouts a bit. We're gonna go a little bit more frequently. Let's lock in a little bit more with the water, a little bit more with a few more salads during the week instead of Buffalo Wild Wings, for example. Little things like that make a huge difference over time, but most people won't even think of these, or they won't perform them even if they do know exactly what to do. It's really just a matter of how serious you are about your goals, and I'll plan to adjust for you, essentially. And that's how I operate with my clients during the holidays. And if you have made it to the end of this video, a couple different things. One, you probably don't have TikTok brain. You could probably sit there for a sec and actually listen and comprehend, and your brain isn't mush yet. So congratulations on that. If this did resonate with you in any way, or if you found any sort of value from it, do me a favor, please drop a like on the video. This just helps grow the channel as I get back into the swing of things. And I will see you guys in the next one.